It's Week 6 of the National Football League. And coming up, it's the Commanders' superstar running back. He had a nice effort a week ago with a pair of touchdowns. It's the Commanders and the Buccaneers, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Well, we've had spotty showers since about 7 a.m. here in D.C., and the radar indicates it's going to continue, but nothing to stop football from happening at FedEx Field. Today, we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they enter play here. They're off to a terrific start, unbeaten at 5-0 through the first month and change.
And you can hang a lot of this early success on their defense, too. They're the tone setters for these guys, and the entire team feeds off of what they do.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here are the Commanders for their first drive of the game. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive, because that's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air, receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. I check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. North of 100 yards, the 2 scores, and, you got to give a lot of credit to the O-line. We talked a lot about him, but offensive line was good too.
They're obviously in sync with each other, whether it's zone blocking, power running game, no matter what. He understands how to read them and find the creases that they provide.
Now Morris to throw on second down. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. They'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Here's Morris throwing on first down. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. Second down and a run by Robinson. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. Now a play fake here on first down. Going to be caught downfield by Dotson. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And leading them out is their 5th-year quarterback.
Well, the silver lining from last week, he played phenomenally. Kept the ball clean and led them to the end zone several times. You know these NFL quarterbacks, though, they trade away all those touchdowns if it meant getting the win. That's his focus this week.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. They're going to look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 26 and a first down.
This one was all about clearing space for this play to work because he's going to leak out of the backfield to his right, then angle his way up the field. And a really pretty throw to put it on him and create the big play downfield.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Straight ahead, it's Gainwell. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down. Here's a 2nd and 7. Flush to his right. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. He'll rifle this one deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. Now 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he'll just get rid of it. Tressway on 4th down is sent out to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They've got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them. And they play a game within the game. And you know what it is? Let's race to the quarterback and see who gets there first.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Looking to throw.
Setting up the screen with Gainwell.
And he's able to get up here to the 26. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return.
And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. So here's Washington now to take over.
Remember, they're riding that 5-game winning streak, and right now in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. Throwing to start the drive.
Morris, complete, it's Dotson.
Morris, off play action.
Across the middle, and this pass complete to Cooper Kupp. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
22 yards there, a 1st down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Morris now looking to throw on 2nd down.
And they'll work this down inside the 30. So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the 1st round. I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm.
Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29.
Logan Hall fighting through and dropping him for the sack. He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Operating from the gun, Morris. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. This offense so far on third down, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Able to connect with Dotson. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going. And right now, it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he'll get about 4 there as he takes it from the 10 down to the 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Robinson with another carry.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Brian Robinson Jr. with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year,
as his guys are able to extend their lead.
So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field.
And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Now here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
Now that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Second and 6. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though.
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. That kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
The Commanders bringing out the nickel package on 3rd down.
Back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away.
It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
And we checked the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Back to Robinson now on first down. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield.
Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run again here with Robinson.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Robinson up the middle.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
53 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Hand off to Robinson out of the shotgun.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. Oh, and fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. They get 17 there. Good for a Commander's first down.
I'm not sure how much more evidence they need, partner, than to understand that if they don't start to slow him down, it's going to be a long afternoon here at the stadium because he is just shredding them at this point. And let's face it, coming into the game, they knew he would be the focal point of their attack. This is going to take an 11-man unit on the defensive side to start making plays.
Hand off now to Robinson.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Cox. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. Looking to throw. Morris. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington.
Cooper Kupp.
A 5-yard touchdown. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further.
So 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they're a PAT from going up 21-3.
And there's no doubt in my mind, you're liking what you're seeing so far, aren't you?
They're unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like a well-oiled machine, if you will.
What's really tough, though, that defense, they're leaping the shadows at this point. They don't know which way to go. They're being hit in every direction, and they have no answers thus far.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it ends with Cooper Kupp on the receiving end of the touchdown pass. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Now the Buccaneers offense gets ready to head back onto the field. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson, the Commander offense.
He's in his zone, second quarter, already closing in on a 100-yard game.
And that's the magic number for a running back. Anytime you get to that triple digits, that's all you're looking for. But he's got a chance to really exceed that in this one.
Yeah, he does. That's been the gold standard for a long time, hasn't it, that 100-yard mark?
It really has, and that never has to shift because it's in a game. It's a 1,000-yard mark. I'm wondering, since we've gone from 12 to 14 to 16 games, maybe we need to up that a little.
95 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Again, it's Robinson. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
Well, the medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Back to throw. Morris. They'll get this one to Cup, complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Morris. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 25 yards that time.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Back to throw. Morris. Forced out to his left. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts,
as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal.
They'll look to throw again. Being chased, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
Sly able to put this one through.
And the lead up to 3 touchdowns now. It's 24-3.
So everything else has gone right in this first half. Kind of follows it would for their kicker, too, as he adds 3 more onto the lead.
Yeah, and the way that this one's gone, definitely not looking like he's going to have to worry too much about pressure kicks late in the game. He can go out there free and easy, just work on his form, and he knocked that one through.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, he finds Godwin, complete. They showed off a nice juke of the defender before the next wave could bring him down. Second and 2. Going for the deep ball. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
That's to his running back, Gainwell.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Again, he'll drop to throw.
That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
The pass is caught by Cade Otton. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. A few teams starting to rise to the top as it's time to take you around the NFL here in Week 6. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for Washington, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Bucs ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
He was unable to shake free there. They'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
On play action, they'll throw. And this one's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. He'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And it's fielded at the 34. Oh, good move.
First chance for the Commanders offense now as they head out for their opening series of the second half.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Throwing to start the drive, Morris. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again, Morris. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
He finds his man complete. That's Cox. And he's going to have a Commander's first down, and he's going to have it by plenty, able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On the give, here's Robinson. And some space here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 114 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. To throw is Morris. To throw on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Azeez Ojulari picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We've still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Sly able to put this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. Only 3 points there, but I got to think at this point in the 3rd quarter, that's all you're really looking for.
And right now the lead is 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. So you and I both know a huge order for the best of teams. And from what we've seen so far, hard to believe that that's a likely scenario. 3 two-point conversions? That's difficult.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So out come the Bucs now. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. And they'll begin on the ground with Gainwell. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll find Gainwell out of the backfield. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they'll try and run for it with Gainwell. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
Gonzalez's kick is good, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. Maybe a little fortunate there. That was leaking a little, maybe leaking a lot, but he got it.
Yeah, he actually was able to make it work. How about the body language, though, right? As he watched that ball leak to the right, trying to bring it back in, and had just enough to get it done.
And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Brian Robinson Jr. making his way back onto the field.
He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. Big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably got some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Here's Robinson. 147 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the C's opened up for him.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. They run. Robinson.
Travis Jones makes a tackle.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Off play action. Morris.
Looking for Dotson, and he's got him.
And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
That's out wide here for Robinson. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. Back to the ground with Robinson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr.
with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
You talk about certain guys just having a nose for the end zone. He's one of them, and he was not going to be denied there.
And defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for dear life. But he's able to get out of a couple of tackles there, and not enough people got there in time. Pretty poor on the defensive side of the ball.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that'll increase their lead to 28. So that drive 6 plays, 75 yards.
And it was capped off by the touchdown run for Brian Robinson. Takes it at the 7.
Oh, good-looking return set up here.
Back now comes Tampa Bay. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD. And if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
They go play action here on first down. He's got Otten. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They'll look to throw now on first down. And this one is incomplete. In the third quarter here in D.C., a 2nd and 10 upcoming. Back to throw again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. This offense on third down today, they've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 14. Going for it all. And incomplete on the deep ball. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
That's interference. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air.
Taken in at the 3. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And the Washington offense heading out as they try to finish things off in this 4th quarter. And that current 5-game win streak looking like it's going to go to 6.
They begin the drive with Robinson. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
On the run, it's Robinson. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now with Robinson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. 2nd down and a run by Robinson.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory.
Robinson with another carry. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 13 yards there and a Washington first. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now they'll have it first and goal following that gain of 17.
Brendan, every great running backs coach I've talked with has always talked about when you have great vision, you're not consciously thinking about your cuts and your moves. You're just doing them. And I think that's what we're seeing tonight. He's about run them into submission, hasn't he?
You took the words right out of my mouth. I was just going to use that phrase. He has run them into submission.
Wave the white flag.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here. Line of scrimmage. Again, the 4-yard line. Second and goal. Touchdown! Cooper Kupp, his second touchdown of the afternoon.
And the Commanders add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50.
Face match. Defense.
So it was already a gain on the completion, but tack on some more with that penalty.
Absolutely, and no matter what angle you're making the tackle from, you can't grab the face mask, and that's just putting your defense on its heels just a little bit more.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw.
And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home.
It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. They'll look to throw.
Well, this one taken in by Otten. And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the 1st down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. On fourth down, they'll try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. He only needed a yard, but he couldn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive.
They start on the ground with Robinson here. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been the bell cow all day, and they'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Back to Robinson now on first down.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. They'll run again here with Robinson. And some room to work. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, in this part of the game, the fourth quarter, this is where a running back really has a chance to shine. This is what they've been training for, to take over the game down the stretch. The defense, it's been battered all game long. And here, this is just a case of a runner imposing his will and deciding he didn't want to be tackled right there.
Robinson up the middle.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
Lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So it's Commanders football as we get back to it.
And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11.
Out of the gun, they give to Robinson.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line.
3rd and inches, and they've got some extra beef up front. 3 tight ends. On 3rd down, Robinson.
Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now.
So a victory here for the Commanders.
And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Commanders,
they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town.